Hey guys, this is Sean McGarry coming to you live from beautiful Cincinnati, Ohio, home of the music salon where great things happen. We're into December, Christmas time, man. I'm in a good mood. Hope everybody's doing great out there. There's snow on the ground where I'm at. It's a good time of year, good time to be playing guitar. So let's dive into today's lesson. Before we get started, man, just a couple quick things. As a reminder, a lot of you may not know that I have a separate thing on this channel called The Rhythm of Life, and I've interviewed some pretty cool guests on there, from pro athletes to ripping guitar players, and I'm going to continue to build that over this 2026 is going to really ramp it up. But if you get a chance, check out Rhythm of Life, man. I got some cool interviews on there. I think you guys will dig it. It's kind of it has to do with like the importance of just everything we do successfully in life and how it all relates to music. So it's not just about guitar nerd stuff. It's all kinds of cool stuff. All right, and then another quick reminder here is I will have a full transcription to the solo I did today on my Patreon page, so check that out, and a backing track as well. Let's dive into it. So, man, I mean, that little intro I did was kind of a swingy, rockabilly, bluesy, whatever you want to call it, right? But it's a really simple concept of how you can build cool solos. So we were in G, and there's really no prominent guitar part. That backing track just has a bass line, So let's start by just talking about some basic things before I dive into the solo, okay? So it's a 1-4-5 in the key of G, which means we're playing G, C, and D. And obviously we want to play more of a dominant sound with chords for this type of thing. And I didn't necessarily do this, but I just want to show you this just to warm up. Okay, here's our little warm up before we dive into this. Is this kind of this feel? It's like a walking bass line, but it's really with the major pentatonic. So here's a great little trick. And if you don't know this, look at this. If we're playing, anytime you're playing a 1-4-5, this is an awesome trick. Your one chord will, no matter where you start on the neck, will always be on the E string, right? Okay, wherever you start, doesn't matter. In this case, it's here. Well, look, that's your 1. Right next door is your 4. Look, da 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 da. That's your 4 chord. Here's your 5. Da da da. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's a great little pattern. And even if you don't know anything about 1-4-5s or what that means, just know that you can always move your chord shapes, your scales, these little licks I'm about to show you, off this root note, okay? So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this, that's major pentatonic, right? Right, so that kind of thing you should just practice anyway, and that's just moving that. Okay, so that's kind of, the vibe going underneath that. Now, I like this little lick, okay? Now, what I'm thinking here is, okay, here is if I go back to the scale, octave, right? So watch this, G, we're in the key of G, obviously. So here's a great lick. Slide up a half step, which you could actually call this the major 7, or just think, okay, I'm going to slide a half step up to the root. You don't have to think about all the theory behind it, but it is cool. Right? Total different vibe here, just came to my mind. Like, think of like different key, but hound dog, baby, right? So that kind of thing, man, where you slide up the half step to the root. So in this case, it's, and then I'm just thinking, okay, I'm going to make a little riff using this. And again, this is not rocket science. You can see all these notes I'm playing are from this pattern we warmed up with. So we're just trying to make phrases, right? Now, side note, funny little thing, there's this old song that's always stuck in my head from I was a kid. I don't know who sings it, but it's an old, actually I do know, I can't think of it. It's that, hey, good looking, what you got cooking? So when I was listening to this backing track, I was thinking, okay, I like that little melody, so I'm going to play that. You know, hey, good looking, what you got cooking, laugh all you want. But it's a cool little melody, right? So again, you're always citing other things in music, man. You're always borrowing and making your own thing out of it. So that's the riff. I like to use that a lot when I'm playing kind of a uptown thing here. So one more time, the riff, up to that, half step up to the root, and then you're off to the races. So now we can just kind of play off that, right? So we got 4 measures of. Now the second time, just to vary it up a little bit, you know, you always want to try and do a little bit of mixing around here. Right, just a little. So practice these little variations. Here's variation 1, 2, 1, 2. Again. Now, as you can guess, we're just going to move that right up to the 4 chord, to C. Now look, here's my C. There's my octave. Now I can see this, look. I can see that note now, I'm going to shift everything up here, slide up to the octave of the C, and then again, it's the same riff. That's right. And then back, you know. Hey, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, right? So, you know, love the repeating patterns. For me, it gets you a lot of mileage, and it doesn't back you into a corner. You've got time to grow. So, you know, I find one of the biggest challenges when you're soloing is you try and do too much too fast. So it's always nice to do these repeating patterns because you can kind of play off it or come back to it if you get in a you know, you're back against the wall. So here's the first few measures, man. We got. Back to the 1. Now this time, yeah, same thing there. Sorry. Now look what happens here. Remember I told you this little trick a second ago? 1, 4, 5, and it's really this simple. If you can kind of see these notes and these patterns, man, you can land on it. So when I go, listen to that, bam, here's that 4 chord. You hear it, okay? You're gonna land on it. If it's a snake, it bites you. It's right there. It's so obvious. So I'm gonna do this one more time because I want you guys to hear this. So again, this is coming from 1 chord G, 4 chord C, back to G. Now we're heading into the D, coming up to our turnaround. So when I do this lick, again, repeating the G, our repeated idea, motif, if you will. Right there, look. As long as you land on that note, your next note or riff is going to be golden because you've already established that chord tone. Listen to that. So now when I get here, let's see. Let me do it in context. And here you could almost think of this as just a rhythm line, kind of what the bass is doing. But it sounds really cool. It's Brian Setzer-ish for my limited rockabilly vocabulary. That's kind of where I heard this stuff in high school. Man, I was a total side note. I was a Stray Cats fanatic in high school. You know, and I remember being in like high school bands playing like Stray Cat Strut or attempting to play it, right? I think that's one of the first solos I ever learned. We did pretty good at it. But, man, love Brian Setzer, one of my favorite guitar players of all time. But never really studied rockabilly too heavily. You know, I mean, I got into some basic stuff. We'll get into that in some other lessons. But, like, he's my go-to guy if I just want some serious rockabilly riffs. I know there's guys before him. But, again, this is kind of a rockabilly sound. And by the way, feel free in the comment sections to drop some of your favorite guitar players in this style. I love that. I love when people kind of comment and say, hey, check out this cat, or you know, there's so many great guys and gals playing this stuff. But again, to the 5 chord, look at this. up that pentatonic scale. Add this note. Those little half steps. And then back to. And then for the very end, I just resolved it going down to the low G. So let's do this whole thing in context, all right? Full 12 bars. Here we go. Something like that, right? Just as long as you resolve to that G. Look, you can do all kinds of stuff. Okay, now we're not done yet. So now we've got one 12-bar section. We're going to go back again. So it's nice to know what people are thinking. I love when I watch other guitar players or I study guitar players. And I know what's the thought process. Because for me, you know, early on in my playing, and sometimes it's almost better not to have a thought process in some ways because you're going for it, man. You don't know what the hell you're doing. Sometimes you grab some cool things. But at the end of the day, it's nice to know what you're thinking. So now, okay, we're in G. Well, I can see up here my G chord. So I'm just moving. I'm moving, man. I'm moving this from this house up to this house. Okay, well, I know that here's my G major pentatonic. And if we're in G major pentatonic, the relative minor is E minor pentatonic. So we're here. So we got all these nice choices to play around. So again, kind of the same motifs. It doesn't have to be the same thing, but you've got kind of a melody here. So now I'm in the scale. I want to play something similar with that kind of swingy vibe. Right? Just call and response. There we go. Now look what happens here. This is great. Well, there's my C. This is why knowing this stuff is important. Look, there's from the caged. There's my C shape, and literally there's my C triad. So this is an awesome little thing to know. If you're playing in G blues, man, and you're playing that minor pentatonic, and it goes to that 4 chord, look, there's your C. So right there, out of that shape, is your C triad. And then you got all these other licks you can follow in. So another cool thing to think about is like if you're just targeting a note, if you're playing. You know, if you're playing a minor pentatonic, just hit that C note when it goes to the 4 chord. Like that's C9. Right? It's right there, right? But anyway, back to this. So if I go. So again, same theme. Taking this little triad shape, and I'm going to do that little half step slide up. That's not the root, but I'm sliding up to the note, the first note of the shape. Great little trick. Right, just repeating these little motifs. Back to the 1 chord. Now, if this is the 4 chord, another great trick, you gotta know this, man. If this is the 4 chord, whatever you play here for the 4, the 5 is always 2 frets up, whether it's a chord, whether it's a riff, no matter what it is. Major, minor, this trick is gold. So if I take this and go up 2 frets, always, it's not gonna disappear. I don't care where you're at, it's always gonna be the 5 chord. So here, we go up. And it does that, that bar 2 times, so we're gonna repeat that. Now I go back to the 1, just end it with a little riff, you know, like. So here's what I play at the end. Again, now I'm thinking minor pentatonic with these little slides, these chromatic things go a long way. Resolving on my G note. So check this out, this last lick. Sliding up to G. Look at this little lick. Practice this. So you're taking advantage of these chromatic licks inside of this box. Right? But there it is. Oh, sorry, here it is. To the blues note. So one more time, the whole lick. And that's it. You got a nice little solo to work on. So as again, I'll have a full transcription on my Patreon page and a little backing track to play over. And this is cool because then just take these little ideas I showed you and do your own thing. But I like that. I like these little repeating motifs, and they get you a long way in blues or rock or whatever you're trying to play. So as always, I can't thank you enough for watching this channel, man. There's I'm getting a lot of nice comments and emails from people, and I really appreciate it. There's so many guitar videos out there and guitar instruction. It's kind of crazy, man, because I use this. I'm always searching for new stuff, but it's just like it's overwhelming. And I'm probably gonna do last thing I'm gonna say here. I'm a little long-winded today. Coffee. It's hard nowadays. I've noticed because now, including myself, we're all kind of using AI, and I hate to call it clickbait, but you try and find something catchy. Because when you put a video up on YouTube, man, there's a million guys and gals putting up quality content. Most of it's quality. But if you're trying to find something specific, how do you get people in? I don't know. I don't even know if I had a point to that. It's just I thank you for watching because you clicked on whatever this title of this video was, and hopefully you dig into these videos and get more out of it. So as always, thank you guys and girls for watching. Have an awesome day. Practice up, and we'll see you next time.